Ecstatic Bliss. Secrets to living a juicy life. Hello, loves. Welcome to today's episode here at Ecstatic Bliss. Secrets to living a juicy life. And one of the basic topics I repeatedly talk about, and you have probably heard a lot of times if you've been following me for a while, is the topic of your essence. And I want to talk about this topic more in detail today, what I actually mean by essence, or essence, however you want to pronounce it, what your essence is, what our essence is, and how you can decipher and dig deeper into your own essence. Because it is so important to know actually what you are made of or what you are. And I think especially if you are on the spiritual path in more the awake and conscious way, you will come to that question, actually, who am I? What am I? What is thinking the thoughts I'm thinking? What is feeling the feelings I'm thinking? What lies beyond what I can, get with my senses? What lies beyond this, what I see and feel and hear and taste and can touch, And I feel it's two-folded, and everything what I say today, as usual, is always applicable to what I say. Just be inspired. Whatever resonates with you, you can take, you can reflect on it. You can also drop whatever doesn't resonate with you and come to your own conclusions. Because essence is a very philosophical topic, and it cannot really be grasped by the mind, I would say. It cannot actually really be put in words because it's not meant to be put in words. It's not meant to be understood fully by the mind. And I sometimes have the feeling the universe, God, the creator, whatever word suits you, has thought of, okay, I keep some secrets. So there's always a wondering about what is really the underlying truth. And we cannot put it in words. That will never happen, I think, at least. So our essence, I can say for me, it's two-folded. So there's a very deep layer, deep down where we come from and where we return to, and what always vibrates beyond all stories and labels we give ourselves or tell others is the essence of love. The truth of love. For me, love is that frequency, that energy, that life force energy that runs through us. That's for me love in a very extended version. So everything what we do, what we seek, what we long for me, always and again, beyond maybe what you think you need or what you think you're searching for, is always love. It is always the energy of love, which we come from and go to again. Unconditional love, to put it a bit more precise. It's unconditional love, just the being who we are, what we are, just floating in a vastness of energy. But what I mean by essence, usually when I talk about it in other podcast episodes, is your unique essence. So I feel above that essence that we all are, love, lies a unique individual essence that is very specific for you, to you. It is like a design, I always say, like how the universe has designed you. As if it thought like, okay, this person I designed like this, these energies I want to put in there, these energies I want to put in there. A little bit like as if you are a soup and all the ingredients that make up your particular soup, the universe chose for you. Or we can also say your soul, which is actually an extension of God, of Source, has in a way, agreed to be that soup in life. As you know, I always love working with images because it gets to a deeper level of your mind, even consciousness, that you understand it on a deeper level. So it is how the essence is how your energetic composition is, how the universe has designed you. Because all is energy, everything is energy, including us. And we can, if we want, categorize energies or classify energies in different categories. And then can decipher, if we look backwards, we can decipher what energies constitute my being. And I would love to share today also a lot of tools that you can use to decipher your essence a bit more. Because usually what we first do is we try to get our essence, to grasp our energetic blueprint, our energetic fingerprint, so to say. We try to grasp it by our mind. And there are several tools that you can use to get a bit closer to it. And that is also actually how I started when I questioned more about myself and about everything. I started to go with my mind on things. And I think that's actually, being a human, for a lot of people, a very common way, especially in the Western world. And one of my favorite tools to know what your essence is, how your energy distribution is to look into astrology. Astrology is such a beautiful and mystical, magical tool where you can see these energies make up my composition. I also often say to my clients that imagine you are a music piece, a song, and there are obviously certain tones and they are in a very specific order, so they make a melody, a rhythm, a melody, everything that interplays to be a song that people find beautiful to listen to. And you play a specific song here on earth. You have specific tones, and you can also imagine if you, because of your humanness, your ego, and all the parts that sabotage us, that manipulate ourselves and living our true essence, they in a way don't allow you to play that original song. And it's about playing that original song again. It's your home vibration, your home frequency, your deepest energetic expression that you can gift yourself and others. Yeah, because if you know your energetic composition, you can also align consciously, and by time it becomes unconscious because it becomes automatic, a habit to align your life and everything of it, how you talk, what you do, which job you have, what friends you have, how you behave in relation to your friends, your family, your partner, and so forth. All of that is based on your energetic composition. And I feel if we really live our energetic blueprint in alignment, is that with the universe actually, then our life feels very much in flow, in ease, in peace, in love, in fulfillment, in happiness, what we thrive for. So astrology, coming back to that tool, was for me the first tool I used to understand from the mind a little bit better, and even deep, really deep by now, myself. And it also has a convenience to see if you know that there are transits. So if you use your birth chart and put on it the current constellation of the planets, then you can see how the planets relate to each other, which are in harmony or which are in disharmony, and what maybe are topics in your life. So it's actually also seeing your energetic composition, how you have been born in relation to the current planetary constellation, and your interaction, the energy of you in interaction with the cosmic energy, the collective energy also, how they interplay at any specific moment in time. And that is also why I feel if you start on that journey to understand yourself deeper, and even if you have already started in a different sense, astrology readings are real eye-opener. Even if they sometimes tell you a lot you already know, or you already say like, oh, this is something I already live or have always been intuitively doing, this is kind of often what I feel. Confirmation of, yes, that's you. And that's perfect how you are. There's no, that is also something important to notice. There is no energy that is off, that is negative in a sense, or that is destructive. They are all always having, they always have a purpose. They always have a purpose in your life. And it's not to be, again, what I always say, it's not to be judged or put in boxes of negative or low vibration and high vibration. Yes, you can categorize to maybe align something again, but then drop the labels and just flow with that energy that is there. And astrology often is this confirmation of, yes, that's me, and that's okay to live that, because a lot of people, I feel, block themselves to truly live their essence, to truly live in their energetic composition. And astrology sometimes gives them the allowance to reflect on, okay, actually how I want to live life is exactly how my soul wanted to live. Because interplaying with that is a lot of comparison people make to discern or to know, okay, is this actually a good way to do things? Is it the right decision to take, and so forth? So they rely a lot outside first. They put their main focus outside instead of focusing in their own inner knowing or connecting to their higher self, which is connected to your energetic composition, your essence. And that is why I love still also to look at my chart, and always and again I find new things and gain new insights, because obviously you evolve, you have different life areas you focus on, and then astrology can really, really open doors to hidden potentials, to hidden secrets, and also to allow yourself to really live in alignment with what is there, what you came here with. Yes, that's why I also offer astrology readings, pure astrology readings, where we really dig into what your energies are, the dominant energies, what they tell you about yourself, how you can live them in a lower vibration or higher vibration, what your soul path is, your purpose, some key elements for your purpose, your life mission, your your soul's journey, so to say, and also your challenges, because energetically also we can see what challenges the soul has chosen, maybe repeating patterns that can appear, so that you are more prepared and don't think, okay, somehow I need fixing. And sometimes there are actually challenges that we have chosen on a soul level to look from different perspectives, and that's why they always come back in different forms. Yeah, it's either karmic, but they are also, that's my interpretation, at least in my experience, there are some topics in life that will always and again show itself to you in different forms, so you get the really 360 degree of it, or even more, so you really in depth understand that topic. And if you understood it in depth, you can actually also be a good guide for others going through similar situations. And in combination with astrology, also derived from that in parts, actually another tool that is very, very helpful, and I feel a lot of people feel a bit more drawn to it, is human design. It's also a system where you can decipher your energetic composition. And I feel a lot of people are more drawn to it because it's more down to earth, maybe more practical, more instructional. And astrology, what I actually love more, is more this mysticism, working with archetypes a lot, and also reading between the lines. And both, both is in a way an own language to learn, an own language to express yourself and know yourself. And human design is another way of digging deep in yourself. It has parts of astrology, but also from the chakra system, from I Ching, from Kabbalah, from quantum physics, and has been channeled as a concept to help as well our mind to understand ourselves, but based on energetics. Yeah, so the underlying principles are energetics, and if we look at astrology, the baseline are empirical studies. So like looking at the stars and seeing patterns, repeated patterns when some planets stand in a certain way, and then, putting it into a generalization in a way. So the universe is secretive, but there are some patterns that repeat. It's the same with sacred geometry. So we have a very, actually, in a way, mathematically and in some ways predictable universe. And then it throws in some unknown components. That's why there's always room to explore and dive deeper. And same with astrology and human design. It's the same way of taking your birth day, your birth time, and your birthplace, because then we actually exactly can pinpoint your energies, the energies that have been implanted or that have been assigned to you at the time, place, and date of your birth. And it's super interesting that actually these three components let us calculate those charts, and that we have been given in a way that therefore something to really get to know our essence, because otherwise it would be more a feeling. And I come later to that, which is not mind-based, obviously. So human design is a mind-based tool as well. And a third component in the row I want to mention here is the gene keys, which came later than human design, but is also very, very, very helpful. And especially seeing also your soul's evolution, your path on Earth. So some may say human design is more your uniform, your uniform here on Earth, and gene keys is how you walk with that universe on the path of your life. And in my essence digging, I therefore combine all three tools, astrology, human design, and gene keys, to really let you dive into your essence from those deep concepts. And it's always, and again, I feel people are so amazed what these concepts can reveal about yourself. As I said, some things are like, okay, yes, that's actually exactly how I already live. And sometimes it's like, oh, I didn't know that. It's something hidden. That's something I maybe lost on my path. Because we are born in our essence. And I don't have so many thoughts of my very early childhood, I have to say, but I feel we come in this very pure essence here on Earth, then we somehow forget it or are trained from it, trained into a different version of ourselves. And then it's about finding back to that true essence so we can align fully and flow fully with what is meant for us, in alignment with the universe. Because the essence is always in alignment with the universe. It's only about us coming back to the essence, and then automatically life will flow again. That's my perspective. So these three tools especially are mind-based. In addition to that, if you don't want to use tools, it's also just your mind actually a tool where you can reflect yourself. You can reflect yourself and ask questions. And oftentimes also, I mean, we have so many offers of workbooks and free courses even, and YouTube, and internet is vastness of information and reflection questions you can find out there to get to know yourself better. And for that, actually, very, very helpful is to sit alone in your own energy. Because if we are immersed in work, if we are immersed even in holidays, if we are immersed in our friends, in soul family, in whatever is out of yourself, obviously, even actually if you just read a book, you are immersed in something else, and your focus is not lying on yourself truly, but on something external or something else at least. And both for the mind, but also for the feeling, what we transition now into, the prerequisite actually to know what is your essence, what is my essence, is to have time just with yourself, to have time in silence with your own energy. And that brings me to the second component that is very, very valuable and maybe for some a bit more difficult to access, but necessary on that path to get to know your essence and truth, is the feeling of what does it actually feel when I'm in my authentic self. And some people maybe even come with the mind questioning, okay, what does it feel? And then the mind is in place. Then the monkey mind gets starting, okay, I'm like this, and all the labels come through. Either the labels you think who you are or what you are, or the labels someone else put on you. You're like, okay, I'm like this, I'm usually like this, I'm like this. That's the mind. But how does it actually feel to be in your true essence? And that cannot be put in words as well. That cannot be accessed by the mind. That's beyond the mind. That is something actually you can maybe approach by feeling into your body, feeling the inner world, not the outer world, silencing your mind, connecting maybe to your higher self to get some glimpses into what actually the truth is beyond the stories. And it is, I feel, even also a prerequisite to do that so regularly that even if you are, again, outwards of yourself with friends and job and wherever, that you can access that even if you are among other people. It's like a recharging back into your own energy. Once we are together with other people, our energies mix, our energies mingle. And that can be beautiful to activate something inside of you and to lift some parts of you that are not active when you are just alone, because also you can see in human design, astrology, gene keys, that there are interactions of energies that are beneficial also, obviously, for us. So sometimes when we are together with certain people, we may feel more like this or more like that, and that we love maybe. And that's why we are repeatedly finding ourselves being together with these people. And obviously also when you are in a relationship, your energies will really merge and become something new. So there's your energy, the other person's energy, and then they mix to a third energy. But always and again, find back to your own energy. And that practice is regularly, again, sitting with your own self, being with your own self, maybe even spending time on your own in nature, spending time at home, spending time wherever it feels most aligned with yourself, or you feel, oh, here I can really connect with myself. Maybe you have even secret places where you can just be without doing, and just flow without having to accomplish something, without having even maybe meaning or sense in what you are or do. And then we tap actually also into a vast field of possibilities, because we cannot, if we go beyond the concepts of astrology, human design, gene keys, where you can really actually, when you know that, align your outer world and your inner world in accordance. But if you go beyond that, you open the field of possibilities to see actually I'm way, way more. Maybe you have a framework of where your soul wants to explore something that I still believe that you have a framework in a way, because otherwise it's kind of like, okay, I'm everything and you are everything. We are everything. We are everything and nothing at all. But coming to that openness of expansion, to open your system, not only your mind, but your whole system, to make it open for any possibility that is out there. Because then you open the portal. You open the portal to potential from other lifetimes, potential from other planets or other timelines of yourself. Sometimes we are so limited in the here and now, and the here and now is everything, yes, because in the here and now also the parallel timelines exist, your other lifetimes exist, everything exists. But if you see it on a linear time, the here and now is oftentimes by the mind restricted and doesn't really allow us to expand so much what we truly are. So in a way, what I want to say with that is actually that there's also room and space for play, for playing with your essence. It's something that is maybe not so rigid. At first, it helps to think, okay, this is kind of like my energy, my composition, my song. Yes, it helps. And then looking outside of that, what is still there? What is out there? Having the openness and the curiosity to explore beyond what you decipher with the tools, beyond what you maybe get from others, from outside. Yeah, it's obviously also still a tool to just ask others what they perceive, but that's actually their projection onto you. So this is what I wanted to share today. Your essence is the base of everything. It's the base for identity shifting. It's the base for living your truth. It's a base to find back home. It's a base to live a life truly in alignment with yourself, with the universe, and with the frequency of love. If you need any support to decipher yourself, as I mentioned, I offer pure astrology readings, and I offer something that I call a sense digging, which combines the three most powerful tools in the sense, which is astrology, human design, and gene keys. And all information about that you find as usual in the show notes. I would love to decipher with you your essence, and I hope to see you next time here at Ecstatic Bliss. Much love, much bliss.